Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. We've got an article to go through from Metro. Probably not the best article or best source of information, I should say, moving forward, especially as the headline is Russia using gold laundering operation to dodge UK sanctions and fund war. Now, the chances are that's probably not true in the first place. Should there be sanctions on Russia in the first place? I'd argue probably not, because of everything that's been going on in the last few years. What we've seen, especially with oil sanctions, is the UK shooting themselves in the foot. So sanctions have been imposed, then that's helped to cut supply, which means that the cost of importing oil and other various products into the UK has increased, and those cost increases have been passed on to you and I in terms of how much it costs to pay for a litre of fuel or products, because oil goes into a lot of things, whether it be packaging, fuel, you name it, oil's probably involved. So as a result of all of that, we're the ones that lose out, because our prices have increased quite dramatically because of the way the government's reacted to something. So I take the headline of this article with a pinch of salt, but supposedly the spin that they're putting on it is that Russia is trying to dodge UK sanctions and use gold laundering to help fund its war effort against Ukraine. I mean, maybe there's an element of truth to that, but I would doubt it. So it says that Moscow is trying to circumvent Western sanctions by using third countries to melt down bullion bars and jewelry that are from Russia, doing all they can before going to the London stock exchange or gold market, to launder the proceeds. Now, let's look at the position gold is playing at the moment. So the Western philosophy and Eastern philosophies on gold are completely different. The West is in a very interesting phase at the moment. We've got the USA, which is on the brink of, I would say, losing its empire. We've got Western Europe, which is just in free fall, I would say, at the moment. And a lot of the people in Asia, and I've got a friend that lives out in Asia. I've got a mentor that spends a lot of time in Singapore as well, and he has said time and time again that there's a big buoyancy in Asia at the moment. They know that this is their century. They know that this is their time. This is their time to be on the main stage. This is their time to flourish. There's just that get it and go attitude over there at the moment. And I come back from Mexico recently, and I'm looking around the UK, and there seems to be a lot of doom and gloom here. People are not very happy. They're not impressed that this is happening. They're unhappy that that's going on, and there's a complete difference in attitude there. When it comes to gold, I don't think the West has quite grasped what's going on at the moment. So what is potentially happening moving forwards is that a lot of central banks are buying gold, and a lot of central banks in the East are buying, ignore that car horn there, a lot of central banks are buying a lot of gold, and they're storing all that gold. Why? Because it's potentially a new BRICS currency moving forward. Potentially gold could be revalued. If gold is revalued, then that changes the assets and liabilities of a sovereign state or a central bank, etc. And there might be a gold-backed currency system moving forward. Now, there's a lot of speculation. We don't actually know. We don't really know what's going on with all the BRICS countries. But you just got to look at the trends. And Russia, the central bank of Russia, is buying a lot of gold. It has been buying a lot of gold for a very, very long time. It could potentially look at revaluing that gold. Russia is a massive country, as we all know, in terms of land size. It's also got a lot of natural resources. And it's now developing more serious partnerships with the Eastern countries, China, India, all of that sort of stuff. It's getting into bed with a lot of people. And if that means that they need to do a bit of trading, and maybe, you know, Russia is sending gold to, I don't know, Mongolia. Mongolia are melting it down, putting it in bar format and sending it back to Russia, or they're sending it over to the, you know, gold exchange over in London, then so be it. Where there's a will, there's a way, as you've probably heard before. So you have to understand why there's a lot of issue. No, not even issue. I don't even know the right word, but there's a lot going on around gold at the moment, and you know, not that we can cover in this particular video. Also, there's a whole different series probably of why Britain and Russia don't get on, but again, this isn't the video for it. So go through the article. Again, UK imposed sanctions to crack down on Russian gold exports, banning the import or sale of gold from July 2022 onwards. Again, yeah, fine. Probably not the best thing to do, but government needs to be seen to doing something with regards to Russia, and Russia will just get around it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the Western European countries are thinking in a very short-term way. The Eastern countries, and I include Russia in that, are thinking very long-term. We're playing drafts, they're playing chess. And with all these things, with gold is going to become a very key element moving forwards. And I think we're undervaluing it seriously in the West, and that's going to have significant impacts moving forward. So watch this space, basically, is what we should all do. Watch this space and be very careful. But I take these articles and these headlines with a pinch of salt, purely because we need to be seen to be doing something against Russia for no reason whatsoever. And, you know, to say that Russia is trying to launder is probably just setting up different international contracts with countries that want to do business with it and that want to be friendly towards it, because, you know, resources are the way forward. They're going to be for quite a while, and I just wish more people would really see that, because that'll make a big difference moving forward. As always, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Use that bell notification thing to get updated when new video content is released. And if you want slightly different content, do go over to Property Nomads podcast, iTunes, Spotify, etc. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Content is different. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.